And welcome back. So glad you're with us. Now, if you've been watching our coverage all morning of Blue Origin space launch, well, welcome back to Earth. You saw those striking images and celebrations of the 4 crew members, including Star Trek star William Shatner. They took that incredible journey to the edge of space and safely returned to Earth. The rocket, the New Shepard, making history for the 2nd time now. Let's bring in once again ABC News transportation correspondent Gio Benitez, who is live in Van Horn, Texas. Also, former NASA astronaut and ABC News contributor Katie Coleman, both of whom helped me get through such fabulous coverage. Gio, I want to start with you because you're there still on the ground. Captain Kirk cleared for liftoff. He boldly went where no 90-year-old has gone before. Our dear William Shatner had quite an emotional moment right after the crew landed. You had a chance to speak with him moments ago. Tell us about it.
You know what? He basically was talking about how he couldn't recover from this. He didn't want to recover from this feeling of being just overwhelmed about what he saw. When he saw that darkness, he saw the life on planet Earth. It was just pretty extraordinary for him and for all of these crew members, because you have Audrey, who works for Blue Origin. She has been working on this program for a very long time. And so we caught up with all of them right now. Why don't we just go ahead and listen and take a look? William, I mean, what made you so emotional up there?
The absolute startling, unexpected difference between the darkness of space and the blue of Earth. And I would love to be able to describe it in 3 minutes. You can't. Just know that out there lies coldness. Yes, the mystery of space, but right here lies sustenance, life, nurturing.
Yeah, you described it as the difference between life and death.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm. What do you think you're going to take back from this experience?
To see something of the difference of life and death.
Mm. And you've worked so hard, Audrey. You've worked so hard on this for so many years. Now you were able to see it in action.
Yeah. I could not believe how calm I was sitting on top of that rocket waiting to go. You know, we had 20 minutes up there, and I thought I'm gonna have this increasing sense of anxiety because I know an awful lot about what is sitting beneath us, and I was so calm. I was startled by that, and I think it's noteworthy that Bill was the only one when we landed and they did a comms check. He was the only one that said, "I'm crying." And, you know, it struck me because I was trying not to cry. And I was like, why am I trying not to cry?
Right, that made me start crying.
Waited for 40 years.
So 4 brave astronauts emerged crying. Hello, we're American astronauts and we're crying.
Australian, thank you.
No, but you wish you were an American, don't you?
Bill, what did you feel on your body when you were going up there?
Things that can't be simulated. There was 5 Gs. At 2 Gs, I thought, I'll try and raise my arm, and I couldn't get it up. 5 Gs is pulling you back. You're thinking, can I take much of this? And then I'm talking to our fighter pilots who say, well, yeah, we pushed 9, 7, 8, 9 Gs. It was approaching like, I don't know whether I can take more. That, the Gs, the everything. The noise, the shock, the weightlessness was so strange. Weightlessness, you're going to be weightless and hold on to this and do your fingertips. It doesn't approach what actually was there.
We got time for one more.
Chris and Glenn, you've gone to space, and you've gone to space with Captain Kirk himself. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, I can't think of a better ambassador for the future of humanity than his character James T. Kirk on Star Trek and that amazing future. So to fly with a true ambassador for what we can become on this planet, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, we love both of us advocating for STEM and science, and in a few minutes, we have a lifetime of stuff to understand and inspire people with.
All right.
Thank you.
And we're walking.
Yeah, I mean, just extraordinary. Imagine that feeling of going up to the edge of space, 62 miles above the Earth's surface, traveling at 2,200 miles per hour. They actually made it a little bit further out. They actually made it to 65.8 miles above the Earth's surface. There on that capsule, sitting on that capsule, that Blue Origin New Shepard, that is now back on Earth. 11 minutes, that's all it took. 10 minutes, 17 seconds, I believe, was the exact timing of that entire journey. But it is a 10-minute journey that they will never forget. And I remember that William Shatner basically said, everyone should experience this. Everyone should be able to see this, because if everyone sees how fragile the Earth really is with that thin, thin layer of atmosphere, they could really learn to appreciate it a little bit more. Kira?
I can't wait to see who the next crew is going to be.
I know. Who's next?
Stand by for the third blast off.
And Katie, let me go to you on this. It was so moving to listen to William Shatner at 90 years old reach with all his heart for the words to describe the awe and the sense of what it is like. You've done this before. The technology's changed, of course, but is the feeling as exhilarating for someone who is trained as you had to do it? What stood out to you as memorable moments of the mission?
Of their mission today? I mean, I loved hearing what they thought, and I'm just so glad to have company. I think it's the most special thing in the whole world to do, and I loved what William Shatner said about everyone should do this, everyone should see this, and of course, I mean, Gio already said this, but it's just the best, you know, I hope I never recover. I mean, it's just awesome. And so I think those are very human sentiments, and even, you know, they were talking about crying, and I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to have that view and realize how small you are and how everyone else is down there, and that actually you, with your vision, might be able to make a difference back there on the Earth. And I see each of the folks that went on this trip, you know, when there's William Shatner himself with the Star Trek, I mean, you don't stay with that kind of a story and giving people a vision if you don't really believe in it. And the same with Chris and Planet and Glenn and his vision for clinical trials and you know, just changing everything so that we have electronic records and can do more and more medical research. And Audrey and what she sees in Blue Origin, why she's there and why she led these efforts. So these are a bunch of people with vision. It was really wonderful for them to share that.
And Katie, New Shepard is designed to take the crews past the Kármán line, that boundary between Earth's atmosphere and outer space. It sounds like from Gio they even might have gone a bit further, around 54 nautical miles. Why is the Kármán line so significant?
Well, officially in the U.S. and the military, we count 50 miles above the Earth. And I think that when, you know, back in the days of early testing, they were just trying to figure out what does it mean when we've really passed some barriers that we know are hard. And 50 miles was that limit. And then, you know, there's other discussions of the Kármán line is just a little further. Those numbers aren't really important to me. You know, whether you have that view from really far away or really, really far away, it's still a view that you will never forget.
That's right. It's still spectacular. I totally agree. Forget numbers. That's right.
Yeah, you know, I thought I was too old. I've never gone up there, but I'm inspired now. And Gio, there's so much to be said about the expansion and changes of the space exploration through these events that you're covering for us. So what's next for Blue Origin and for the other companies who are changing our understanding of what it means for people to go up into space?
Well, it's very likely, Terry, that Blue Origin will probably have another mission maybe in some 3 months or so. We'll have to see. But they plan to do this fairly regularly. Virgin Galactic eventually wants to get something like 200 flights every year. They've only had the Richard Branson flight at this point, so we haven't seen another one just yet. And SpaceX is just dominating this industry because they are sending astronauts, NASA astronauts, to the International Space Station, right? So that is a totally totally different kind of thing. These are trips that take you to the edge of space and you're seeing something incredible. You could potentially use those 4 minutes in weightlessness to really do a lot of research, especially universities that can't afford to send things all the way to the International Space Station. Sometimes they need a few seconds in weightlessness, sometimes they need a few minutes, and they don't need to spend 10 days up in space. And so this offers them an opportunity as well. We see that with Virgin Galactic as well, with Richard Branson's company. So there's a lot of opportunity there, but of course, we're also watching what Elon Musk is doing, because as we talked about, Terry, Elon Musk very much wants to establish a colony on Mars, and he's probably going to be successful at that. I've heard that they really want to get to Mars fairly soon. We're not talking like 50 years. They're looking at a much more immediate future, and they're working toward that right now, as well as getting to the moon again and establishing a base there.
Amazing how far we have come and how far we continue to go. Gio Benitez, Katie Coleman, thank you so much. That was a fun journey today with both of you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.